me, your man, Louie T. Welcome to my Week 14 money picks of the week. And I'm going to be brutally honest with you right now. I'm bitching up this week. I'm ashamed of myself, and I'm not afraid to admit it. And this is a lost season for me. Not going to win winners and losers. And I've mastered the art of moral victories in a losing season. As a Commanders fan, this is what we go through just about every year. So I've figured out ways to try to justify my actions or things that happen, rationalizing them even in a losing season. And there are picks that I want to make that I have conviction on in Week 14. And I'm not going to make them strictly based off of fear of the piss cup. That's disgusting to me, by the way. Because at this point, I've got nothing but pride on the line now. And I can't afford the last shred of dignity that I have left. Really, two things. One, beating Boss Man this year and just saying I was better than you. Even that, though that hasn't been hard. He's been awful. So have I. But I got to win. I got to beat him. And then he had the piss cup earlier this season. I haven't tasted piss. I don't plan on tasting piss. A lot of you have tasted piss this year, or some of you. And I need to be able to hold that over your head as well. So want to be able to hold it over his head, hold it over your head, and I just need to steer clear of the piss cup. And so because of that, I'm bitching up on a couple of picks that I really think I could make, probably should make, but I'm not going to. Had I been in the midst of chasing a chip, I would have made these picks. Because the fear of the piss cup would have been trumped by the pursuit of the money. I don't have that other carrot dangling in my face. So I'm essentially focused in on the pride factor and not having the piss cup be pushed in my direction. Hey, drink up. Can't have it happen. So with that in mind, let's get into the Week 14 money picks of the week. And it already got off to a bad start, which is not a good omen for the rest of the week. But I forged forward, okay? Lost the Steelers game. Didn't think there was any way in hell that was going to happen. New England got the win. And so I'm 0-1 to start the week. That's never a good sign. Never a good sign. But again, we forged forward to Sunday's action where we start with the Houston Texans at the New York Jets. I gave the Jets a run. I gave them a spin around the block last week, and they failed me miserably. All they had to do was somehow find a way to beat Desmond Ridder. They came close, but no cigar. Their quarterback situation was so bad last week. They missed an opportunity that was there. Wet weather, bad team, bad quarterback in front of you, and all the ingredients were there for you to steal one, and you couldn't get it done. So if you can't beat them, I can't see you beating the Houston Texans. All right, I get it. C.J. Stroud's a young quarterback. Maybe you have his head spinning. Maybe he turns it over 2 or 3 times. If you don't run him back for touchdowns, your offense isn't going to score. I mean, what are you going to do with the football? Kick field goals? Good luck. The Texans can actually score, and you're looking in the mirror. The guy that took your job after you left, you're staring him in the face. So whatever you're doing defensively, he knows, and whatever he's doing defensively, you know. The difference is his quarterback and his offense can actually take advantage of your defense. If they say, hey, here's what he's going to do. When you see this, this is what they're going to do. It doesn't matter who you tell. Zach Wilson, Tim Boyle is gone. It doesn't matter who. If Brett Rippon, it doesn't matter who you tell this to, this information. All right, Trevor Siemian, they still stink. I'll take the Texans on the road to get it done and continue to push for the postseason in the AFC. Give me the Texans on the road. Rams at the Ravens. Both teams coming off of bye weeks here, so this is an interesting matchup. The Rams are playing hot football of late. They've scratched and clawed their way back to 500 after a very rough start to the season. And so they're playing with a ton of confidence. Meanwhile, the Ravens went into their bye week with the best record in the AFC at 9-3. They come out of the bye week with the best record in the AFC at 9-3. The Jags failed to take advantage. The Chiefs failed to take advantage. And so it's them and the Dolphins essentially at 9-3 on the season right now. And to me, it's their show. You want this? Go get it. Here's an opportunity for you to really assert yourself. Don't fall into the trap. This Rams team, very capable. Come off the bye, take care of business at home. They've done a really good job of beating up teams in the NFC in particular. In really since Lamar Jackson came on board, I think he's lost one game against the NFC, and usually it's not even close. He's dominating NFC opponents. Here's another opponent that you can dominate at home from the opposite conference. I think they take advantage of it. Give me the Ravens at home to continue playing well against NFC opponents. Carolina at New Orleans. I gave the Panthers a spin. They had the new interim coach last week. They came close, but no cigar. This team is hopeless. They're not going to win any games this season remaining on the schedule. They've got their one win, so they avoid being a winless team, but it's not looking too good for Carolina right now. And the Saints stink, and I'm going to be honest with you. Carolina can beat them. I don't care who's at quarterback. I don't even know who's playing quarterback. Is Derek Carr coming back? Is it Jameis Winston? I don't care. It doesn't matter. Just beat the damn Panthers, okay? You can't do that. What are you good for? Give me the Saints at home. They got to win this game, right? I guess. Indy at Cincinnati. I've got a totally different perspective on this game this week than I did, say, a week ago. A week ago, I just looked at the quarterback situation in Cincinnati with Jake Browning, and I just assumed, oh, man, Cincinnati's in trouble. You know, watched him against Pittsburgh, less than inspiring ball, thought that this was going to be their existence the rest of the season, and I just assumed I won't be picking Cincinnati many more times this season. Fast forward a week after he's gone on the road and defeated the Jacksonville Jaguars on a Monday night and did it in NFL history fashion, 86% completion percentage, en route to a upset victory in overtime, 340 yards passing. Well, Jake Browning, go have yourself a night. Was that just a one-off? Was that just an out-of-body experience for Jake Browning, or is this who he's going to be moving forward? This kind of feels like a trap. And it's a damn good trap because I stepped in it, but hopefully I don't get caught. Because I've been looking for reasons to not pick Indianapolis because I don't believe in the Colts. I just don't. And every time I pick against them, they find a way to win. They're like this incredible roach that is just impossible to kill. No matter how many times I step on the Colts, you know that those little black bugs with the hard outer shell, and if you got them on the carpet and you try to smack, that you just can't kill them on carpet. Shit, they're hard to kill on hard surfaces, let alone carpet. It's impossible to kill them on carpet. That's the Indianapolis Colts. I've tried to trample on them 50 million times this year, and they just keep coming. Pause. This is the week that I probably should just give in and pick them. But I'm not. Because they're not good. But yet, somehow, they manage to win almost every week. Cincinnati's going to get them. But if they don't, I'll be kicking myself because this feels like a trap. It feels like Jake Browning is going to turn back into a pumpkin in this game, and Indy's defense is going to get the best of him, and Gardner Minshew is going to do just enough, and they're going to steal one in Cincinnati. But I'm not going to do that. Give me the Bengals. Give me Jake Browning. Give me that Bengals defense. Hopefully they're not giving up big plays this week. Take the Bengals in the jungle to get it done against the Colts. Tampa Bay at Atlanta, NFC South family business. So all four NFC South teams will be squaring off against one another in some way, shape, or form. This one here is big for Atlanta because they've got a chance to put a stranglehold on this division. They've jumped out in front of everyone. Not by much, obviously, but they beat the Saints already this season. They've beaten Tampa Bay earlier this season in Tampa. They've got a chance to go for the season sweep, and if they can do that, they would have effectively have knocked Tampa Bay out of any contention for this division, right? So this is big. You're at home. You got a chance to deliver the broom to the Bucks. You have to do it. Meanwhile, Tampa Bay's had some heartbreaking defeats, but they get one last week against Carolina at home, snaps a little losing streak that they were on. Now they look to maybe see if they can put together a couple of wins in a row and get back into this divisional race. They're not that far out of it. A win over Atlanta puts them right back where they need to be. I think, as a matter of fact, if they beat them, I think Atlanta right now sits at 6-6. I think this Bucks team is at 5-7. If they get this win, they're both 6-7. If the Saints beat the Panthers, which we all assume they're going to, that would put them, I believe, at 6-7 as well in a virtual three-way tie. So this is a chance for Atlanta to distance themselves from Tampa Bay and really put the Buccaneers in the rearview mirror with a sweep and going up, full 2 games over them in the loss column. That would essentially be all she wrote for Tampa Bay. So this is a chance to put a nail in their coffin if you're Atlanta. Take advantage of that at home. I don't love Atlanta. I don't love Desmond Ridder, but I love this spot for them. Give me the Atlanta Falcons at home to take care of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Jacksonville Jaguars at the Cleveland Browns. I spent a lot of time on this game because I just don't know what's going to become of the situation with Trevor Lawrence. This guy seems like the bionic man. He can bend in ridiculous directions, get hurt, and he's so young. What I wouldn't give to be young once again. This guy looked like his season was over, and he's up running around, and there's a chance he could play this week on a short week, no less. They played on Monday. This is crazy. I saw it with my own eyes. He was jogging lightly, but jogging nonetheless. After what we saw on Monday, there's no way he should be jogging. There's no way he should be out there throwing the football around and having a chance to play. That said, I think they're trying to fool me. I think they want me to think he's going to play. There's no way he's playing in this game. But then again, I didn't think he was going to play on that Thursday night against the Saints when he was out there, and he played damn well, and he led them to a victory. I don't know what the hell to do. This is a dangerous Browns defense. I'm not sure I want my quarterback who's compromised out there against this defense on a short week. I think they may be smart in saying, you know what, we want this one bad, but it's not worth risking Trevor's overall health and long-term health for this season. I think they sit him, and we get some CJ beat hard. Now, knowing Trevor Lawrence, he's going to push to play, and I wouldn't be shocked if he's out there. I don't know how good he's going to look and how good he's going to perform. They did lose Christian Kirk, who was placed on IR with a core muscle injury. So, yeah, it's Joe Flacco. You know how I got a little soft spot for Joey F. Joe Cool. You know how I feel about my guy. He played well last week. I'm torn. Give me Cleveland. They're at home. I like that defense, and I think they're trying to fool me with Trevor Lawrence, even though I wouldn't be shocked if his ass plays. Give me Cleveland, however, at home. They've been really dangerous at home this season. Detroit at Chicago. This is a trap game for Detroit. Every hallway got some crack in it. Don't get trapped in it. You know the neighborhood, all right? This is family business. You know how it looks around the block. You know Detroit. You know what it is with Chicago, right? They're dangerous, and if you go in there tripping, you can get got. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. They almost got your ass 2-3 weeks ago at the crib. They had you dead to rights, and they let you off the hook. Hopefully you learn from that experience. You'll go in and you'll take care of business immediately. If you don't, you could go into the Windy City and get your ass kicked. I surmise that Detroit will find a way to right the wrongs from the last matchup and clean that stuff up and get it done. Give me Detroit on the road to take care of Chicago. This will not be easy, however. Seattle at San Francisco. This division is all San Francisco's for the taking. And the only team with a real threat of making it interesting, was Seattle back on Thanksgiving when they took care of them in Seattle. Now San Francisco has established themselves as the alpha that we knew they were in that division. And they're coming back to finish the job. 3 weeks, 2 games against the Seahawks, right? They've played them twice now in 3 weeks, and they're going to complete the sweep and put the Seahawks out of their misery. The Seahawks are free falling. This will be, 3 or 4 losses in a row? When is the last time they won? Week 10 against Washington? I believe that's the last time they won. I don't think they won in week 11. I think they lost to the Rams the following week. And then they lost to the San Francisco 49ers in week 12 on Thanksgiving. Then they lost last week, obviously, in a shootout to the Cowboys. And then I think they're going to lose again here to the 49ers. So they were once firmly positioned as an NFC wild card team. And now all of a sudden, they might be on the outside looking in because they're going to lose this game. Give me San Francisco at home to continue playing hot football after 3 straight losses. After starting the season with 5 straight wins, they had 3 straight losses. Now they're going to go and have 5 straight wins again. Go figure, right? Give me the 49ers at home to complete the sweep of the Seattle Seahawks. Minnesota Vikings at the Las Vegas Raiders. Again, another 2 teams coming off of a bye week. Vikings may make a quarterback switch. I wouldn't be shocked if we see the rookie here in this game, who actually started out really well against Atlanta in that ball game before taking a hit on a run that gave him a concussion. I could easily see them going back to the BYU product here, and I wouldn't be mad at them because it's a nice story. I said that before, but Josh Dobbs is a backup quarterback for a reason. Okay, and I think they figured that out now. It was cool when he first got there and he won 2 games in a row and they were rallying around him. That's over with now. He's lost 2 straight and now they're like, yeah. Let's see what the young guys got. Let's see what the young fella can do. So wouldn't be shocked if they went back to Jaron Hall. But at the end of the day, this is about the Raiders, all right? And they had a fairy tale story of their own, right? With their interim head coach, Antonio Pierce. They won their first 2 games. Then they lost the next 2, but they've been hyper competitive in all of them. I think they needed that bye week. They hit the reset button, and I think they come out of this bye week reinvigorated, playing good football. Give me the Vegas Raiders at home to take care of the Minnesota Vikings in this ball game. Denver Broncos at the Los Angeles Chargers. This is a game that I think I thought the longest and hardest about. I literally skipped this game, came back to it. Did some homework about, injury reports, things of that nature. It's AFC West family business. And if these 2 teams said they ain't did it, then they ain't did it. But if they did, well, that's family business. And, man, I don't trust the Chargers at all. I don't. I've got bad experiences with the Chargers. They won 6-0 last week. I get the weather was nasty. They won 6-0. And the receiver position scares me. And Justin Herbert having to do everything scares me. They don't run the football. Their defense is sketchy at best. One week they're heroic. The next week they're absolutely destructive and terrible. I don't really know what to make of them. Meanwhile, the Broncos can't really score. But if you turn it over, then they can score. If they don't turn it over and they force turnovers, they usually win. Last week they turned it over and they didn't force turnovers, so they lost. But they're capable of winning, and I think they can win this game, and I probably should have picked them. But again, I bitched up because I didn't want to go out on a limb, pick Denver, they lose, and now I'm running the risk because I've made some risky picks here down the stretch, and I couldn't afford to make another one. So I had to go with the crowd, and I hate groupthink. Makes me upset. But I did it anyway. Give me the Chargers. At home. I think they're going to lose this game, honestly. Buffalo at Kansas City. I made this declaration on my podcast that I think the Buffalo Bills are going to make a hard charge late in the season. Sean McDermott put his foot in his mouth at some, college that he was speaking at. I vaguely got the gist of what was said. I think people are being super sensitive. Should he have said it? Is that an analogy that you want to make? Probably not. But again, he didn't do anything egregious. What are we doing here? Stop, people. Cut it out. At the end of the day, was it a little tasteless? Yeah. But maybe they rally around him. Maybe they don't. This is probably less about Kansas City and their struggles because I don't trust them right now, and I don't think they're going to get significantly better on offense. I think they are who they are. I think this is more about Buffalo. I think Buffalo still has a run in them this season, and they've got a murderer's row stretch coming up, and I think they're capable of getting it done, and it has to start on Sunday on the road, coming off this bye at Kansas City. The Chiefs are vulnerable. They just lost to Green Bay. If you're serious about making something of your season, the Chiefs don't lose 2 games in a row very often. And this is why this is risky. I know it's risky. I'm going to do it anyway. Give me Buffalo on the road to beat the Chiefs. And then people will be asking, are the Chiefs in trouble? We'll see. That's when the Chiefs are usually their most dangerous, when people start to doubt them. This is the loss they need for people to start doubting them. Give me the Bills. Eagles at Cowboys Sunday Night Football. This is going to be a dandy. I told a story about Boss that I'll be chopping that clip up and putting it on the channel so you guys can see it. And it's shaped the way that I approach this game. I was going to pick Dallas all the way. And look, I know Philadelphia is capable. They already beat them. And, there's this narrative that, Jalen Hurts has been figured out. Nick Bosa had the comment after the game. I hope that everybody watched. I hope that Dallas took notes. We gave them the blueprint. And it's sort of disrespectful, right? Like, hey, this is what Jalen Hurts is and what he's capable of. And David Carr had some pretty negative things to say about Jalen Hurts. And I'm like, this is the thing. You get into dangerous territory when you have garbage quarterbacks who didn't play well in the league making claims, about other quarterbacks who have been wildly successful, way more successful than you ever were in your career. That's when people like, hey, wait a minute. It's cool when Dan Orlovsky is talking. It's hard for you to be hypercritical if you're Dan Orlovsky and again, it shouldn't matter, but it does. That's how people operate. So David Carr doesn't really have a lot of room to speak because you know what people are going to do? They're going to attack his career, right? Instead of just listening to what he had to say. I don't agree with him anyway. What and the things he was saying was ridiculous. It was negligent. At the end of the day, I think the Eagles will rally around all of this Jalen Hurts conversation. I think people are really high on the Cowboys right now. And anytime you get too high on Dallas, they let you down. And my dad is on another level. He's on a new level. He's on a new level. Or it's really an old level because I haven't seen this boss in a long time. And it scares me. I don't like this version of boss. And I forgot just how annoying Cowboys fans can be when they're actually good. And the Eagles fans are just as bad. So I'm in a lose-lose position. I'm like, what the hell do I do here? I really want them to beat the hell out of each other and end in a tie. But that's not going to happen. So I think I got to choose the lesser of the two evils. I can't believe I'm saying this right now. But give me the Philadelphia Eagles in this game. Oh my God. They're the lesser of the two evils. What is this world coming to? Give me the Eagles on the road to knock the damn Dallas Cowboys off their high horse and down a peg. Jesus, help us all. Green Bay at the Giants. This is another one. This is the one I really bitched up on. The Giants are going to win this game. Tyrod Taylor is coming back. People are really drinking that Packers coffee right now. And this is where you get the letdown. And listen to me. The Giants are good defensively. They're better than people think. And this Packers team, they're riding high right now. And the Giants are coming off this bye week. They're playing with confidence. They've won 2 in a row. And they're just the kind of team that could knock the Packers down a notch. And I don't have the balls to pick it because I picked Buffalo. And I can't do it again here. I want to pick the Giants so bad. They're going to win this game. But I don't have a pair. I can't grow one. Give me the Packers. Shame. Tennessee Titans at the Miami Dolphins. This is all about Tennessee, or rather Miami, taking care of business. We know what the Titans are. Young quarterback, developing. They're going to fight, but they're just not good enough. The Dolphins are the better team, and they'll prove it at home on a Monday night. Give me the Miami Dolphins to wrap up my Week 14 money picks of the week. Tell me what you think. Leave it down in the comment section. Good, bad, ugly, or pissy. That's going to do it for me, your man Louie T. Until next time, you know what it is. Enjoy your weekend. Have a good one.